Alright, should be live. Let's do a stage I dread. But at least we'll get some nice character development out of Buttercup in this stage. You know, this stage always reminds me, mainly because of Nelly, how friggin' basically the entire voice cast of Inuyasha wasn't brain-powered.
Well, I don't know anything about Inuyasha outside of that game you played.
Well, the game uses the same voice cast as the show as well, so...
Yeah.
There you go. Like how Jonathan is voiced by Moroku, for instance. You know, the best character.
Yeah. Well, of course. Your husbando?
No.
Well, he was your husbando there.
He was my character's husbando, yes.
And honestly, who can blame him?
Right? The game basically wants you to be BFFs with Shippo, though, for some reason. And if not Shippo, then one of the girls.
Which is questionable.
Yeah.
Because, like... I mean, both of the girls already are kinda sort of in a relationship.
Yeah. Hey, look at this cutscene here. The Nadesco is off to save them, unlike you all.
Well, I mean, Novice Noah can't really move very fast.
Yeah, but the Archangel stayed behind too.
It also can't move very fast. Sick burn.
Yeah. Novus Noah, with its all of no weapons, would still probably be a better unit than the Archangel.
Well, it have weapons in the show, but it was mostly a defensive unit. I mean, yes, it would be a better unit because it would actually be able to take hits.
Yes. Athrun of Zaft, huh? The lady doth protest too much. Meanwhile...
Oh, for a second there, I thought they were sitting in the evil room.
The what room?
The evil room.
Oh yeah, no, not the evil room.
It
I mean, now
has
granted,
basically
leukemia is evil, but still.
it has the same picture.
Mhm. Meanwhile, over there, geographically, where does that mean Nellie's house is located? Right there.
Yeah, like at the edge of, in between Russia and Sweden, I think.
Well, that would make sense, I guess.
Somewhere in the forest where nobody cares.
Pretty much.
I mean, no sane person would actually live there. In the middle of nowhere.
Remember how Nellie Brain could ice skate?
Yes, it was cute. And Nelly just kind of got blown away during whatever was happening.
Yeah.
And they never found her.
Nope.
They didn't even really try to look for her that hard.
I'm glad that they made, like, story-wise, the antibody some of the strongest units in this game. Makes me happy.
Oh, I remember this.
Yes. And that's the reason why we can't fly during half the stage. And to think, made by the same guy who did King Gainer.
Well, they do share really confusing eye catches.
Yeah, that is true. And really spectacular openings.
Although, in case of King Gainer, it was basically all of like everything about the show.
Yes.
Whereas in Brain Power, it was nothing that has anything to do with the show.
Yep. Well, we've got to have our fan service card somewhere.
Yes. Then it has like the most dressed female pilot of a mecha.
Yep. And this is the only time you'll see Nelly Brain in its original form. Getting beat up.
It's very surprising that they would actually do this,
Right.
considering how little memory they had to work with.
Right.
I mean, to be fair, it is probably just a recolor of one of the other ones,
Yeah.
but still.
The fact that they put in the effort.
Mm-hmm.
And we've retreated back here. So, time for a battle of attrition. This stage, man, let me tell you.
I mean, it's kinda, you start off with two of your people being half HP. Well, no, one of them being half HP, another one being 25% HP.
Yeah.
And let me guess, none of them actually have any healing, right?
Brains regen a little bit. See, like now he's slightly higher.
Okay.
But,
So that's their special ability.
Okay, so I have to rely on you here, then. 36%. I don't like those odds. That is
It's a
not
coin
cool.
flip.
So, I'm just gonna... Does she have focus? No, she doesn't. Well...
You'll live, hopefully.
I'll do a word. I'll be safe. Because what we have to do is we have to reduce Jonathan to a certain HP amount, and then the next cutscene happens.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be best to put both of them like right next to Toya, so they could support, so he could support defend for them?
Well, Nelly, you can't do anything with her regardless. She literally sits there and you just have to make sure she doesn't die.
Ah, okay.
Like, she can't even fight, so...
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a really good theme.
Too bad I can hear it.
Yeah, the Baron's theme. Look it up, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, look at that, no chance to hit.
But you only have 70, which translates to 50-50.
Pretty much. Like, if you want to have a reliable chance to hit, you need at least 80%. See? Like...
He's still going to try.
Can't even move her.
Sweet.
Jonathan's just gonna focus on us.
That's good.
Yeah. Fortunately, he's gonna keep getting fucking 40% chances to hit.
Well, it is Barons we're talking about.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to just keep wasting alert, which is a shame. But what else can you do?
Oh, wow. It does literally nothing.
I don't like that. There. Better. There we go.
Finally.
And then they perform a fusion dance.
And they even made an animation for that.
Yep.
It's too bad they didn't go through with the whole thing of him missing one arm and leg.
Right.
I mean, it's not impossible for them to do. Tekka Man does it pretty much every single time he hits something with his attack.
Right.
Which, whenever something like that happens, pretty much every single time you do something, begs a question: did they actually test it out?
Maybe.
I mean, to be fair, there aren't really many more issues other than that, so
Right.
I shouldn't be complaining. It's not like Odin's Sphere. 5 years in development, never tested on the original's hardware.
Nope. And now we have Nelly Brain. Oh yeah.
Sweet. Now the picture is even different.
What do you mean run away, we can't take him? Dude, we can take him. Alright? You just upgraded, we got this. And now we can fly again, so it's even better. Yeah, we can take him. Let's just fly right at him. Oh, hey Skeeth, what's up? And there's our saviors.
And we're all the way out there.
Yep. All hands to battle.
They skipped the whole part of... They skipped the whole part of them going to freaking China.
Right. Okay. Luda, send out. Well, we want Hime first of all. Where is she? There she is. Right. So...
Didn't he go with the Archangel?
Did he? He might have. I think he did. Like, let me check actually. Operation menu, transfer. Is Moo on here? No, he's not. So yeah, he went off with the Archangel. Okay. So... you're sick? That sucks, Keith. So yeah, Kira, fuck off. And we need a healer lady, so the Blue Earth.
Well, Blue Earth already did that for the last stage, so...
Boss Borat's not here. Sorry.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, the Mazinger crew went off with the Archangel, apparently. So we basically have to use the same party we did last time. Only minus Akito. So I have gone to a Super Wars RP. They managed to work in Zone of the Enders pretty well, tying it to the Dusko and Leisner plot. Yeah, that's not hard to do. Not at all. Like, that's what I said I would always do if I were in charge of an SRW. I would definitely put in Zone of the Enders. Especially since Fist of Mars was basically them begging for Zone to be an SRW.
Pretty much, it was an SRW game.
Pretty much. It was like a lot shorter, but it was still an SRW game.
Well, it was a Zone of the Enders game.
That's true, and every Zone of the Enders game takes like, at a max, 6 hours to beat.
Yeah, the first one that you have to like really sit in one spot for a very long time for it to take any longer than 3 hours.
Yeah.
Even when you don't know what you're doing.
I found out you weren't exaggerating when you told me that.
Yeah, I mean, there are only a few points where you can get kind of confused as to what you're supposed to be doing when they introduce objectives other than kill everything.
Yeah.
Like, for example, find one robot that you can later remotely control.
Right. Which story path did you do in Fist of Mars, Keith? I did both of them, but...
The first Zone of the Ender still remains my favorite one. As much as the second one is pretty damn awesome, it's way too untested.
Gameplay-wise, I like Zone 2 better, but character-wise, I like Zone 1 better. Leo's cool.
Yeah. Especially since... and it's really weird how they show him in the first cutscene, where they, at the very beginning, make him look like a coward who just ran away from some bullies, whereas in reality, he was just smart and not trying to fight a 10-meter tall robot.
Yeah. I beat them both. Secrets kind of sucked as they were just kind of there once you got them. Yeah, pretty much. I got a kick out of how the bad route was basically Zone of the Enders 2, like a repeat of its plot. I just liked that.
Yeah. Like, Zone of the Enders 2 is pretty much also exactly the same reason why I stopped playing Odin Sphere. It's it's like it demands you to do a lot of things that the polish of the game makes it a real pain in the ass to do.
Yeah.
Like, the thing that just made me rage quit for the Zone of the Enders 2 forever was the I think it was called Attack on Almon.
Oh yeah, that's actually near the end of the game.
That, or no, that I don't think that was that. I know that it definitely wasn't the end of the game. It was somewhere at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
And it was a place where you had to fight off a train in a tunnel.
Oh yeah.
And it was timed, and with terrible frame rate, and you constantly either got killed or you ran out of time.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't do things that were timed so tightly when your game slows down so hard, because the timer does not slow down.
Yeah. It's like Mushroom Road in Tales of the Abyss.
Yes, but Mushroom Road does not affect how fast the battles play out.
That's true. Excel again. AI. Fuck AI persist alright, yeah. I can see why you'd be upset about that. Alright. Alright, you two need to get on the ship so you can heal up a bit. And other than that, the lake doesn't do anything. Okay. So the only stuff that gives bonuses is the forest. And the cliffs. Got it. So, yeah. I'll just let everybody come to me.
But yeah, if I'm ever actually that counts for both Odin Sphere and Zone of the Enders. If I'm ever actually going to play both of them, it's going to be on the PS3, because
yeah, the frame rate's a lot better.
Yeah, like it's actually what it's supposed to be for both of the games. And when it comes to Odin Sphere, it's even weirder, because even if you have one of them backwards compatible PS3s, if you play the original PS2 version in it, it actually runs at pretty much flawless frame rate.
Huh.
Which is... this should not be happening. And it's also not that the game doesn't run correctly, because it's like the game is not slowed down because it runs from a DVD or because it runs from a bad DVD drive, like it, for example, happens with Digital Devil Saga. But because I actually played Odin Sphere off of a hard drive, which didn't actually seem to introduce any issues, but for some reason my game keeps crashing in the Netherworld, and I can't save it. It keeps crashing when saving.
Although now I'm curious, Skeeth, what crossover elements did they do when it comes to Zone? That story you read. The thing I remember most from the first draft of the RP is Gil trying to get Leo out of Jehudi and the virus affecting on the men. That's interesting. One thing I always loved about Zone of the Enders is that every single fucking orbital frame is a SAS bot. Every single one. Even Ada.
Well, Ada is the original SAS bot.
Yeah.
And also, surprisingly enough, she's the best voice actress in the first game.
Yes, she is.
Even though she is supposed to sound like a machine. I find it to be a recurring thing, to be honest. It's like, in all of those old things, whenever there is a character who's supposed to sound like a machine, they are actually the only people that sound like humans.
But of course. Gotta let Nelly Brain show off. I mean, it just came out. Balram is working with the Jovians and Gradosians. That one is not surprising. No big Viper. Oh.
They cause lag.
Still being repaired. Okay. I would love for... I don't know. So many things concerning SRW that I want. Anyway. Dan's getting his ass kicked, so he needs to start defending.
Well, Magus XLR definitely needs to be...
Oh yeah, Magus being in SRW would be fucking amazing. Like, don't even joke.
It would be like he would have the ability to just tear off parts from other mechs as he pleases. Like not even like requirements, and just put them in and absorb their powers. You'd also be able to demoralize basically every enemy.
You missed us saying that Megas XLR and SRW would be amazing. So would Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go.
Yeah, Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go
would also be incredible.
And it would also fit in with all of the more messed up shows.
Of course, like Evangelion.
Exactly.
It's not a joke either, it really was.
Like, honestly, the show is much better than it has any right to be. Like, logically speaking, with that kind of name.
You have to be level 93 to get that. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. That show is just beautiful.
It only needed one more season.
That's all it needed. But we're not
Or at
allowed
least,
to have
like,
nice things.
I don't know, like 3 special episodes or something.
Or just like a movie, just to cap it all off, you know?
It was all building up to that point.
Yep. But nope.
Everything.
God. Yeah, Macross Frontier does need a break. I'm glad they fucking finally got rid of Seed and Dan Cougar Nova, though. God damn.
I guess they're the ones putting the bread on the table for them as of recently.
Pretty much. These guys are gonna be a pain in the ass with Maz and Kaiser not being here.
Oh, that's cute. He wants to attack the Desco.
I know.
And everyone just kind of jumps off the way.
They move slightly to the left.
Only weakness.
They should also put Power Rangers in SRW. That'd be awesome. I'd pay good money for that.
They need to put Scan Rangers in it.
No! No, not Scan Ranger. Just no. No Scan Ranger.
They would need to employ that guy to write the plot.
Yeah.
So that'd be definitely.
I said this before, I'll say it, at least they did something different with Seed Destiny in each variation. Yeah, but that doesn't excuse the fact that A, it's still Seed Destiny, and B, it was still in literally every game since it premiered. Every game. Christ. Can't reach. I mean, I'm all for showing the various ways Seed Destiny could have been written better too, but you get sick of seeing it after a while.
You can only polish a turd so much.
Yeah, before you realize, hey wait, it's still just a turd. Speaking of the nature of how series are being handled in the series, I'm imagining the Gundam 00 movie is basically now the new Endless Waltz. Pretty much. Here you go, Dan. Oh, can't reach.
We made it to Exarius. What are those things?
I know, right?
Here went up to look at some rock. Our only healer is gone.
Our only healer is gone. Oh, that's cool, Skeeth. Lips.
If you're looking for names for Mag, just go to German.
Pretty much. German is the mystical nobody will ever translate in this language.
It's pretty cute when you actually know the language. It's like when I was showing off Hexispores to some of my friends who all speak Dutch or and German, and they were like, "Oh, this is cute."
Ooh, shit. Sasuke actually got hit. That's a surprise. No, I did not know that, Skeeth. That's interesting.
Oh well, he doesn't take any damage.
Oh no, he countercut. Okay, good. I thought he got hit. I was like, what? How? Oh, that's funny. You wanna... Alright, Shapiro, bring it on. Nico loves Bravely
Yes.
Default.
Yes, Bravely Default is great. And the sequel is going to have a pastry chef class. I'm going to level the shit out of that.
Now, if only it had a tiny shotgun class.
I guess you just can't have everything. Although I don't know. I believe there are like enemies that do have guns, but I don't think you can have a class that is tiny shotguns.
That is a shame.
Tiny shotgun that fits in the palm of your hand.
Yes. Your favorite thing.
I'm easily amused by tiny things. Like for me, the funniest, one of the funniest cheat codes in Ocarina of Time is Tiny Epona. And you can still write her.
Yep.
But yeah, if you're debating whether or not you should play Bravely Defaults, don't expect this story to be anything particularly deep. It's in that regard, it's pretty much a classic RPG like from SNES era. But the gameplay is very well thought out, and there is a lot of customization you can do. And they do encourage you to get like, they not only give you like a shit ton of classes you can do for each of your characters, they encourage you to get multiples on each character. So you can basically play the game as you wish. Yeah. I have, like, for each character, I level up, like, uh, four, 4 or 5 classes per each. I try to have them at around the same, level. I still haven't gotten the vampire class, but it's also really funny how a lot of the side quests are essentially seem more like the main quest than the main quest does. So like here is an example. At one point in the story, the main quest has you go to some old pervert that lives in the forest for him to make a sexy dress for one of the main female protagonists, so she can enter a beauty contest and hopefully have her message be heard by one of her friends, who she doesn't know where she exactly is. Well, the side quests around that time are save 2 little girls who went off to the forest, save like investigate a place where they get some sort of poison or something. I don't exactly remember. And yet another one is about some guy that just lures over women and uses them for experiments, you know. And the main quest is just getting a bikini.
Of course.
But yeah, I love that you can actually just kind of decide how you want to use each abilities of each class. Like, for example, I never found the white mage to be a very good white mage. I actually always found a summoner to be a much better healer.
Huh.
Yeah, because I can just put the white mage spells onto the summoner, and summoners inherently have more MP, and also they have a lot more magic to boot, and they are much better at taking hits.
Huh.
What is also really funny is, like, for example, like it's interesting how a lot of classes benefit more from abilities that they get from different classes. So for example, if you have a monk at the max level and you use one of their abilities, if you if you have a monk at max level, they have an ability that basically increases their stats by 100%. Well, just attack actually, but you can't have any sort of equips. So the best thing to do is to equip damage disperse, which is an ability for a black mage, onto them. So they don't really receive that much damage, except, well, pretty much everyone else receives damage for them. But it's pretty funny how that works out.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, a black and white mage combination is just kind of logical, but a monk with a black mage abilities, and it's just Like that's kind of what makes the game for me. Just those things you can do.
Finally, he's dead. Jesus. Alright.
Actually, for Dia and for Agnes, I always had them like from the very beginning. Both have black and white mage, and they just always switch the roles. Like for example, whenever I had them equipped always at the same time. So say Dia would reach 9th level with black mage, I would change her to white mage, and the same for Agnes. Well, unless I got to the point where they weren't really getting many more levels, so I started doing a new class. Because at the very beginning, I actually tried to keep like one class and level only that one, and that was very inefficient, surprisingly enough.
Weird.
Yeah, it's like I managed to get that one guy. I managed to get him to level 10 with just one class, whereas everyone else was level 8 with at least 2 or 3.
Huh.
Yeah, they actually balanced it in such a way that you should constantly be changing them. Which is really smart, because like at the time, like all of the classes start at level 1, and you very often get them at a very late point in the game. But you can get them up to speed very quickly. It does require grinding, but that's all this game is about, really. And it's not all about grinding in a bad way, though.
Yeah.
Because, well, they do start you off in such a way that you can just roll with the they do start you off in such a way that you can just roll with the classes that the game gives you, which they provide you with monk, knight, white mage, and black mage, well, and freelancer. Yeah, I want to rock the freelancer on the second run. That's why I'm getting everyone a whole bunch of passes.
Alright, 2 down.
Yeah, monk. I think monk is a little bit lacking at the very beginning, but towards the very end of the game, he's like super broken. But because of the other classes, you can also fix him up a little bit. Say like, I only have stabs that are absolutely garbage. So I just put like sword mastery ability onto him and just equip him with the most powerful sword I have lying around. Yes, you're good. You're good with swords now. Go home. That's another thing. Like you're never locked out of putting a weapon onto your character just because of the class you're wearing. It just they're going to be better or worse at it. So you can have a white mage that wields a bow. It's stupid, but you can still do it.
Yeah.
However, I do always pretty much always use thief with the bow, because the freaking daggers do no damage. But now I have a ninja with a dual wield ability, so maybe they will come in handy eventually. Yeah, and also it's like you should never sell any weapons unless they're like, you know, stupidly underpowered. A bit like in Eternia.
Pretty much.
Although for different reasons.
With Eternia, it's because the elemental advantage is fucking amazing.
Yes, and for the most part, the weapons you get just are made to last.
Well, the monk being better without a weapon is carried over from Final Fantasy.
Yeah, like in the very from the very first one
Yep.
on the NES, they had that stick where if you had the monk equipped with anything, he was fucking worthless.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to try that one. Was never really able to get anything out of the Godspeed strike. But yeah, they do a very nice job with how you get the classes, because like outside of like the very first 4 that you get from the game, all of the other ones are optional. So you can play it like a very traditional RPG without any class, or you can get all of them. Which you totally should get all of them because they're awesome.
Oh god, map attack. Oh, ain't gonna hit. Whatever.
That makes sense. Yeah, I know that it relies on speed. In that case, it may work on the ninja, because the ninja can equip 2 weapons, right? And actually make them work. You know, like, up until I got the ninja, the only other class who could actually kind of sort of dual wield was actually the magist. Because he just put 2 freaking wands